Hello, hope we're all good. Thanks for all your support. Thanks for all your comments. I want to tell you a little bit of a story about when I first got clean. I was in Lancaster Castle. I was on the yard one day and I was talking to this lad. I won't mention his name. I'd used drugs with him. Been in and out of jail with him all my life. Especially from the YPs upwards. He was an hardcore junkie like myself. Simple as. Now, he was on this 12-step recovery wing in Lancaster Castle. You know, it wasn't a bit of me. I wasn't there for that. I was moved from Army. I went to Lancaster. I had a couple of months left and I was thinking about my future and what I wanted to do. I wanted to stop using. I wanted to be, you know, a normal, productive member of society. You know, and I thought, okay, if I get out and I can have a spliff and a bevy and all those sociably accepted drugs that everyone has, then I'll be okay. Go out at the weekend, meet a bird, have a family, that kind of stuff, and not live in desperation, in the grip, full of withdrawals, all that crap. I didn't want that. Now, this kid was on the yard, he was telling me he was on a 12-step program. I asked him what that was. He said it was an abstinence-based program where you had nothing. I went, what? You have nothing? You're joking, aren't you? How'd you enjoy your life? How'd you have a laugh? How'd you have some fun if you have nothing? He said, well, you know what? My life is much better than it ever has been. Clean. I thought, oh, he's definitely tripping or using at the weekend or something. He can't be clean. Anyway, he planted the seed in my head. Right, I was coming up to my release. So I wrote a letter to the probation officer. I said, I need to see you. I've had enough of using drugs. I want to stop. Someone suggested a rehab. They weren't my cup of tea, but, you know, it was the last resort. There was nothing left for me. You know, prisons. I knew in my mind that whilst I was sitting in that cell and I was thinking about getting out, every fibre in my body was screaming he wanted to use. Although I didn't, it was really strange. You know, I was compulsed and I was driven to go and, like, destroy my life. That's the truth. You know, there's a part of me going, look, I want to live. I want to live a little here. You know, so I need to kind of address this. This probation officer come up, sat down, and he's offered this rehabilitation program. I said, you know, where would you like to do your rehab? So I've put conditions on it straight away. I want a rehab out of town, down south, where the weather's nice. I want one that's mixed with loads of birds in there. It's got a gym. I'm putting a list on this recovery. Like now. All the conditions I want. I get one, it's called Barleywood. It's in Bristol. A little place called Rington in the middle of Bristol in Western-super-Mare. Right. It was a mock Tudor mansion in the middle of nowhere. It was absolutely incredible. I'd never left Liverpool unless it was on a sweatbox. Seriously, I'd been all over the country, different jails, kicked out of different jails. Didn't last long in a prison, and if it did, I was down the block, down segregation. So most of my time was spent in isolation and loneliness. Yeah. And I was used to it, and I was comfortable with it. I didn't like people. No, I wasn't one of those. I didn't hate people. I just felt much better when they weren't around. I didn't like the fact that I had to communicate and, you know, and share a cell and deal with their behaviour. Never mind them dealing with my behaviour. I didn't want to deal with theirs. So it goes to this rehab. Lily ponds. Fields as far as the eye could see. Cows in the hills. Birds with teeth. Oh my God, it was. I just turned up with that street mentality as well. He had a gym vest that I dropped out of the castle. Had a bag, carry a bag with HMP written all over it. You know, one of them see-through ones with the letters off. You know, birds I didn't know and solicitors and, you know. I don't know what it was with that institutionalisation when you're in prison and you're blowing up empty tubes of toothpaste. I don't know if people have been there, you'll get this, you know. Used to have like all these shampoo full of water, by the way, right, lined up like soldiers on my side, and my letters all piles out like if anyone looked through the flat, they go, wow, he's got loads of toiletries in there, and look, loads of people right to him. You know, I'd a little poster on the wall and pictures of whoever, and you know, just everything was mapped out in your part. It was just institutionalisation. That's what they call it. So we had this carry bag full of crap, you know, clothes that I was given by family members. You know, I landed in this rehab with a green pair of Lacoste bottoms and a blue Lacoste track top, you know, mismatched, pop bands in it, a skinhead, proper scally look, with shoulders swinging. I was just swaggering in, you know, because I thought, you know, go to the gym, loads of porridge, loads of deadlifts, loads of compound weights, and you know, I'm a strong, solid kid, and nothing could get through me, and I've got no feelings, and you know, that soon got stripped away. Sat down in these groups, about 8 to a group, and he asked me how I felt. I said, I'm alright, I'm sound. We don't do alright, we don't do sound. Alright, I'm okay. Everyone in union said, we don't do okay. Okay is not a feeling. I mean, these are all round a bend here. He said, Bill, just give us a feeling. Oh shit, I'm feeling angry now. Okay, so there's a feeling, you're angry. Right, so I had to kind of learn how to identify the feelings that I was going through. You know, they told me that one was too many, 1,000 was never enough. It was the first one that did the damage. I was listening to cliches like, you know, if you sit in a barber shop long enough, you're going to end up in an haircut. You know, and these all kind of like meant a lot to me. They were metaphors of like, you know, sitting in bars, drinking water. Before you know it, you're going to be on the ale. That's where it was going anyway. So I done this little bit of treatment for 6 months. It was hardcore. I nearly got kicked out because of my behaviour. I managed to stay there. There was a Dave Mack. Now Dave, he was my counsellor. Now Dave sadly passed away, killed himself. R.I.P. Dave. He was from London, but he was a counsellor, and the first one I ever met. He was 15 years clean. He's in this first book, Dave. Most of the stories that I've spoke about on a few of these recent uploads are in this book. So there's a guy out there, Real Scouser, you said to me on one of the comments that, you know, I've done 1,000 or so podcasts and I've never mentioned these stories. Well, thanks for sitting there and listening to all those stories and judging it. Maybe if you read the book, you'd go, okay, maybe he is telling the truth, right? There you go. Your comment was a bit personal, I removed it. Moving on. Yeah, so Dave Mack, he was a great counsellor. He helped me. He sort of saved me hide a few times when I was in there, and believed in me, and you know, and I managed to stay and complete the rehab. And then I decided to relocate in Bristol. Yeah, mine get lost, boy. It's a bit of a weird accent, you know. There's a few Scousers up there. So they said, look, we need to go to meetings. No, meetings of recovery. We get into recovery and we talk about our feelings, and we hold hands and we say serenity prayer. Like, oh, this is round the bend, this, you're having a laugh, aren't you? Going to meetings, talking about me feelings. Wow. Don't do feelings, me, lad. Anyway, goes to these meetings. I had a different motive, you know. I was just looking at the birds, and if they smiled at me, you know, I had wedding bells going off in my head. I couldn't deal with relationships. I couldn't cope. You know, I had all kinds of crazy, like, feelings internally going on. Emotionally, I was stunted. I didn't have that emotional awareness. So I couldn't deal with rejection. If you said no to me, I'd take it really personal. Now, and I know we're all on this planet, we're all someone else's rejection. So relationships, I struggled. If you said you liked me, that was it. I loved you. I'll move in with you. Even if I didn't fancy you. Me and you, we're going through the tulips. We're going to live the dream, have kids, and one of those houses with a white picket fence, and live happily ever after, in my mind, you know. I always kept a good woman until she escaped. That's the truth, you know. When I was in my use, and you know, I met a bird, and they didn't last long. They weren't relationships, they were more hostages, you know what I mean? They were like, you know, it was a codependent like relationship, so I didn't understand the complex intricacies of trying to relate to someone. You know, I didn't have relationships, you had reactionships. So I've moved into this dry house. And all I know is war stories and how to fight. So people, you go to meetings and you hear these people sharing Pulitzer Prize winning stories of glorious lifestyles that they've had, and I felt less than. I felt different. I didn't feel like I had anything to say. I didn't feel like I belonged. All I had was like stories of drugs, fighting and prison. These were talking about holidays, families, you know, love, care, empathy, compassion. I was like, wow, this is a different world to me. I didn't think it was going to make it. A few of the lads who knew said, you probably won't. Yeah, anyway. Thought, what can I do? How do I stay clean? Go to meetings, join the gym, join this gym. Tell you that story, join this gym. And it had a steam room and a sauna. Now, that was things, that were, they was like luxuries to me. You know, I've never been to gyms with saunas and steams, you know. It doesn't happen when you're on the methadone, you know. None of that. The luxury kind of lifestyle reveals itself when you're in the grip of addiction. You know, you've seen people in the street, you don't see, you know, the light of day, they're like vampires. But yeah, join this gym, there's a steam room in there, and I'm sitting in there one day, right? It's a true story, this, right? It's funny. I'm sitting there one day, on my own. Trying not to think, by the way, because my head is like a million miles an hour. Like, I'm new to this recovery, and it's just like, all these mad, crazy thoughts are coming through the back door of my mind, uninvited, calling me names, telling me I'm not worthy, give me an hard time. I couldn't think straight, I couldn't string a sentence together. I didn't know how to communicate with people in a normal way of living. I'm sitting there. Next thing, this fella glides, like he just glided through the steam, right, and just come walking towards me, and he had these red speedos on with a big crazy bulge and this handlebar mustache, right? He went, hello, my friend. Like, whoa, where the fuck did he come from? I said, my friend, do you like to box? Do you like to fight? I went, whoa, is he from me here? There's no one in here, so what's his game? So I said, yeah, I'm alright, mate. I like to box, mate. I like to fight. You like to box? Yes, I box you. I box you. Me, you, we box. I was thinking, wow, he's from me. He said, okay, when? Let's get it on. So he gave me this time and this date and said, we were going to have a, you know, would you like to box? It was like a weird, mate. It was mad. It was a mad one. Right, so I went back, told me mate, I said, look, this fella, he's a bouncer, by the way. He's fronted me in the shower, in the steam room, should I say. Just turns up and said, do I like to box? I said, yeah. He said, look, I'll meet you at this park on a Sunday afternoon, 3 o'clock. We'll have a fight. I'll agree to anything, me, honest, right? There was about half a dozen scousers who were up there. I told one of them, it went right round the meetings, all the scousers that knew me, and there's a few out there that watch this, will tell you. Andy Tutt was there. Andy Tutt was a guest of mine. So I've told this kid next thing on a Sunday, there's about 30 lads from the fellowship, Cockneys, Scousers, they're all walking up to this park with me. I'm terrified, right? I'm absolutely shitting bricks here because I'm thinking, oh, what have I done? Where did I tell him? Oh, no way. Gets to this park, thinking that we're going to go to a gym and get in the ring, box, gloves on. Yeah, didn't happen. In a park with kids swinging on monkey bars, there's all glass everywhere, it's a straightener. I go, whoa, straightener. Pair of gloves each. Okay, at least we've got the gloves. Full of fear. Right, I got me mate behind me, rubbing my shoulders, calling me Kid Biscuit. Don't know where that come from, but that was my nickname. Kid Biscuit, come on, lad. This fella, he was from Jordan. Standing there with another mate of his, another bouncer, massive kid, big stocky hombre with a cashmere jacket on, all suited up, pair of shiny black shoes on. I'm thinking, what the hell have I got myself into here? Yeah. Why have you agreed to this? This is crazy. So we're standing in the middle. He mate's in the middle of us. Right, box! I swear, right, I shit you not, I just hit him with it. hit him with that many punches, right? It was just mad. I was throwing that many blows at him. I was punching his head in all over the gaff. He was getting battered. And I knew what was going on inside me. I thought, if I don't put him down, or if he puts me down, will I get back up? So it was just fear, and it went, and I put him to sleep anyway, battered him. And I felt like really exhilarated after it. It was like, wow, that was incredible. I felt on top of the world. I felt like I needed another round with him. His mate intervened. He said, no, he's had enough, my friend. He's had enough. He's not well. He's crazy, my friend. He's crazy. He said, he's crazy. Lad, he fronted me in the steam room in a pair of Speedos. Asked me, did I want a box? He's put it on my toes. I've agreed to it. I've turned up. He's got a pair of shoulders on him. He said he can fight. And he got his head punched in. But that, you know, that was the kind of like, that was the beginning. That was the birth of like my journey in recovery. 6 months clean. 2004 in Bristol. And I'm scrapping in a park. And I stay clean. So I've got a few stories like that. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for listening.